Hey guys, so welcome to the channel. I wanted to take you on a quick walkthrough of my garden in its current state. It's February 12th, and we are in zone 6 in Ohio. So this is kind of the remnants of the winter. We're having a very mild, kind of crazy winter in Ohio, which it's Ohio, so you never know what you're gonna get. But I wanted to just kind of walk through, take a look at it, see what's going on and what's going on in there. So we're gonna walk through that real quick. Depending on the wind and stuff, we might do a voiceover, but I don't know. So let's go take a look. Okay, so when you first walk into my garden, it's a mess because we had a crazy snow and it like snapped my fence. So that's a mess. But when you first walk in here, this is where my asparagus is planted. It probably will start coming up in March. There are, I can't even tell you how many plants are in here, and depending on the harvest, sometimes I like to take the seeds that come up on the plant, I'll shake them in there and then have it self-seed itself. Here is a planter box that I did. I kept my lettuce and my spinach in it. Last year I have garlic that I got from my sister growing in there. So looks just doing pretty good. I put some straw in it because, like I said, it's been a crazy winter, so I just wanted to make sure it'd be okay. Let's go this way. My kids have been playing out here, so in this little area right here, I have wildflowers growing, and they'll come up every year. This is my Lazy Man compost bin. Took some pallets, and this is kind of just, yeah, it's a lazy way of composting. I haven't turned it all winter, and I usually don't, but you can see it's a mess. I need to kind of really deal with it this year. And yeah, so there's that. I have some sticks and stuff that my husband cut down that I'm keeping to make some trellises. And then we have an open space. Doesn't look too bad. The sun is gonna give, let me do it this way, that way we don't have such a horrible shadow. So right along there are gladiolus that are planted, and I planted them last year and they came up beautifully. I love them. I cut them, I put them in vases and put them in my house. They're just beautiful plants. So last year I had my zucchini growing here at 2 plants, and it was crazy. I don't think I'm growing zucchini this year because I have so much in the freezer already. I don't think I'm going to do it this year. I had corn and kale and everything. So as you can see, the straw did suppress a lot of the weeds, but there's definitely a lot that got through. So that's going to be awesome. I have some more perennials planted right there to help with my pollinators. So the black plastic is basically to cut down on weeding and to have a nice little pathway. Also, if I need to, I will cut into it and plant in it. I had a grapevine that was here, but yeah, it was Concord grapes. They had seeds in them, so the kids wouldn't eat them. I basically just use them to make wine, but this year I pulled it out and I'm going to do ground cherries. There is a raspberry plant hidden somewhere in here. I don't know where it's at. I hope it sprouts this year so I can move it. There's my blackberry bushes. I got these clippings from a guy at work a couple of, maybe 2 years ago, and they're doing beautifully. Hopefully this year we have a really good harvest. They came in super late because of the weather here in Ohio, but I think we're going to have a really good harvest this year. I have some more perennials back there. This whole fence line is nothing but wildflowers. Actually, along the fence line, there are some plants facing forward. I had beans in that little box with the trestle coming up, but I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Over here is my herb garden and this metal pallet. So there's tons of different herbs in here. There's lemon balm, there's catnip, there is sage, tarragon, basil, a couple different mints in here. There's sage. So yeah, and I didn't clear it out. I let everything just kind of take root and just do its own thing. But I probably will cut down a little bit because I know like the peppermint completely took over, so I have to fix that. But back over here, this is so funny. So this is a marigold plant that randomly I planted and it came back. And then it came back again. So I just leave it here and let it do its thing. It helps with my pollinators. It helps deter some pests that I get in here. But yeah, I just let it come back every year. I'll probably, cut down the dead stuff and let it do its thing. Oh. But like I said, my kids have been playing in here, so there's stuff everywhere. So this is my raspberry plant. I planted this one last year. It did really well. This is my makeshift setup. I'm probably gonna put actual like netting instead of just some twine, but I wanted to get it up and get it growing. So I'm excited to see how that does. This is a trestle that I made out of pallets. Right now it's holding some stuff, keeping my tomato cages and stuff in there. But basically, I had some spaghetti squash growing over there out of that pallet, and it came, and I basically just had it growing up and over these two right here. This section had cucumbers and onions, which never came up. I had crooked neck squash in this little section, and then I also had cucumbers that were growing up along this, and then I have strawberries that did really good throughout the winter. I don't know, I did some more research because I didn't know if the strawberries were going to make it or not. A lot of these are transplanted. I grew strawberries a couple years back and they just kind of like didn't really do much, but they just kept growing, so I let them grow, and then I transplanted all of them in here. So there's a little bit over there, like right there, and there's some here, and then it goes up along this way. So gotta figure out where I want them to go. If I want it to go this way, or if I want it to go that way, and then I'll just kind of tend to it accordingly. So we'll walk through here. Like I said, this black fiber has been amazing. So this fence broke, but all along here there's wildflowers that will pop up. You can see there's some remnants, but I did wildflowers around it, try to make the fence line look a little bit pretty. This I used, put some chicken wire on it and use that. I'll probably, I don't know, put that somewhere, maybe buy another one and make it go up like a little triangle. So like I said, more wildflowers. Here is my, you can see it amongst the stuff. This is my blueberry plant. There's one, and then there's another one here somewhere. That one didn't really come up, but the roots are in there. And that's what's planted. Yeah, so there's just that pallet that was growing squash out of. I'll probably leave the pallet there, and I'll grow my potatoes on top of it and grow bags. So there's definitely some tending needed. But like I said, I'm very happy with how it did over the winter with the straw Usually I'd come out mid like February, and I mean the weeds would be like up to my freaking hips. It would be crazy out here. So that's pretty much it. That's what it looks like right now, and I'll show you guys what it looks like once we start planting. So I have this little section right here. The garden used to come out to like right here. It was just too much for one person to do, so I cut it down into what you see now. But I'm thinking about taking this little section, getting rid of all this stuff. There's my grapevine. And then actually making this like a cut flower garden. So I'll plant all my cut flower seeds that I got. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.